What's up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here. Quick little review of a knife that I unboxed a while back. This is the Kubey Tityus. Comes in a lot of different handle colors and materials. This is actually the Ultim. It's the first Ultim knife that I've had. It's pretty neat. You know, it's kind of like a translucent handle material. It's a hard plasticky kind of material. Reminds me a lot of like a 1990s, like those red Coca-Cola Pizza Hut cup kind of things. Same kind of texture, you know. Anyway, go ahead and do some size comparisons on this thing. This is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, Spyderco Para 3. Pretty similar size to the Paramilitary 2 as far as length goes. Overall length, Paramilitary 2 just a little bit longer, a little bit more cutting edge on the Paramilitary 2, although not very much. Actually, I'll take that back. Looking at the Tityus, it's like the Tityus has got the Para 2 beat with the cutting edge. So both of them I would consider full-size knives, the Paramilitary 2 and the Tityus. Para 3, kind of a smaller knife. Alright, get some more out here. That is the Doug Ritter Hogue RSK MK1, and that is the Hogue Deca. So do size comparisons with those, line up the pivots like that. So you kind of see it's more along the lines of the size of the RSK MK1. A little bit, I don't know, about the same cutting edge actually. Maybe a little bit more for the Kubey Tityus. And let's see, do one more. That's a Civivi Vision FG. I reviewed that knife a little while back. So a little bit longer than the Vision FG overall. The knife's definitely got more presence, broader handle, broader blade. The Vision FG is what I consider kind of like on the higher end of a budget knife. The Kubey Tityus is surprisingly a lot lower than that. So go ahead and measure it. Tip of the blade to the butt of the handle, right at 8 1/4 inches. 8 1/8, maybe 8 3/8 of an inch. If you measure from the tip of the blade to the very end of the handle. So that's the overall length is 8 1/4, 8 3/8. Blade length, looking right at 3 1/2 inches. Sharpened blade length. Sharpened blade length is right at 3 3/8. Sharpened blade length. That finger choil kind of cuts into the blade length itself too, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Go ahead and get the calibers out. Blade stock thickness. What you're looking at is 125 thousandths roughly for the thickest part, and you're looking at thinnest part close to the edge, 22 thousandths. Not an especially thin slicer, but not a huge crazy chisel either. So handle width, you're looking at right at 1/2 inch, just a hair over 1/2 inch for the handle width on that. For the presence of the knife and how broad the handle and the blade is, the width of the handle isn't really surprising, you know. Whenever you feel it in hand, you can definitely feel you've got like a clunky knife, you know, but it's not It's not overwhelmingly chunky compared to the rest of the knife like the mini Tough Light kind of is. Go ahead and do weight on this thing. See if I can find the scale here. .4 ounces. And a lot of that weight's thanks to the Ultim scales too. I'm sure they do have a version of titanium scales. 4.4 ounces. I'm sure the titanium handle version, which I have not handled, and I've heard it's really good. I'm sure that one is much heavier than the Ultim. Let's see what else. We got the hardware check. Go ahead and get the little Weehaw bit out. T8. I'm going to show you guys and make sure you know. Alright, T8. T8 body screw. Got to flip it over because that's a captive pivot, which is a good thing. Makes it a heck of a lot easier when you're taking apart knives. T8's kind of loose in there. Try out a T10. T10, is it? No, T10 won't go, so that's a T8. T8 on the pivot. T8 on the body screws. Clip screws, let's see. No, clip screws are going to be T6. Yeah. Pocket clip screws are T6. That's not bad at all. Just be careful if you're swapping just the clip out. It does offer a left-hand carry right there. Tip up only carry, so you can't carry this knife tip down, but it does offer left-handed carry. The 2 screw holes right there, so that's good. Everything else being T8 hardware is great. Kind of lessens the chance that you'll strip it out if you take it apart. I thought about doing a disassembly on this knife. I might actually do that sometime in the near future. Carry profile, like I said, the handle right at just a hair over half an inch thick. The Ultim, I can't speak to the G10 or the titanium or whatever else they've got as far as handle materials, because I haven't really messed with any of those. I've never had them in hand before, but the Ultim, it actually feels really nice. I mean, you can tell it's like a kind of like a hard plastic. So you definitely know you got something that's a hard plastic in your hand, but it's not overwhelmingly cheap feeling. I don't know how to describe it. It's like having something that's cheap without being reminded every time you pick it up that it's cheap. It does feel pretty good. They've got lines on it. It's not just a slab of Ultim. Diagonal lines going across. Pretty grippy. Definitely not sliding out, not slipping out. Whenever you got it folded up, closed like that, go ahead and break back out this is a paramilitary 2. So paramilitary 2 definitely got more of a kind of like a hump, I guess, sticking out whenever it's in the pocket. And also in the pocket, this is shorter too, so not really a bad carry at all. Go ahead and do the pocket carry check on this. So whenever you got it in your jeans pocket, got a deep carried clip, so that's all you're seeing, which is good. Nice little pocket clip on it. The little bill thing does not doesn't seem to stick out quite as much as a Civivi. It's almost there though, as far as grabbiness, you know. But it tapers back in. It bends back down at the end, so I guess that helps a little bit. I didn't notice it wanting to grab stuff that I got close to as much as like one of those Civivi clips. So overall, I'd say this is a good knife for the money. It's a $30 knife right now if you use Red's discount code, Big Red EDC, and I think KC and Eyes Fast, and maybe even a couple others have Kubey discount codes right now. They're on sale right now, so I think you get like 15% off with that. Normally these are around 40, 45, 50 bucks when they're not on sale, but they're on sale a lot. Kubey has a lot of sales. This is the KU322 is the model number on this one, but it's also the name is the Kubey Tityus, and like I said, it comes in a lot of other different shapes and blade steels and handle materials and stuff like that. This is a D2, which I'm not really like a big fan of D2. The edge, this is already dulled up fairly good. I haven't put an edge on it yet, but I plan to soon. The D2 doesn't really hold an edge that long, you know. I mean, D2's got decent edge holding capabilities compared to some other budget steels, but it's not what you're looking for as far as something that's gonna cut and cut and cut and cut without dulling it up. But it has been a really good knife to carry. I've enjoyed carrying it. The ergonomics are great on it. Talked about the forward finger choil a little bit earlier, but you can kind of put the small part, like the first knuckle, kind of up on the forward finger choil when you're choked up on it without worrying about getting on the cutting edge. Now, whenever you put like a larger part of your finger, yeah, you do have to kind of worry about that. But choked up, not really going anywhere. It's locked in pretty good. You can get some good cuts on it. You can do pinch cuts on it, like Tri-State likes to do. You know, and choke back, it's pretty good too, as well. Like, you know, choke back. The jimping and the little ramp right here kind of helps that out a lot. That little position of that's perfect, you know. So really makes the knife feel at home in your hand. Means of deployment comes with the flipper tab. The action on it's pretty good. It's run on ball bearings. The weight of the blade kind of closes itself once you break the detent and get kind of to the 90-degree angle point like that. Middle finger flick's good. Perfect positioning where that little opening holds that for that. You know, you can front flip it, light switch it, front flip's kind of, yeah, I did it there, but not really meant to be a front flipper coming off the regular flipper tab. You can open it with a thumb hole like that. Get a close-up look of it so you can see the texture of the Ultim. See, it's got a little bit of contouring kind of around the edge there. Screws aren't really poking out. That's nice. Captive pivot again, that's good. Jimping, good. The contouring itself of the whole handle is good. You know, you can tell they put some thought into it, and with the discount code, I got this for 30 bucks, which is to me a great, you know, that's, even though it's D2 and Ultim, that's pretty solid, you know, for a budget knife with all the qualities that it's got about it. You don't have to worry about creating a smile or anything like that when you sharpen it. It's got a good, like that forward finger choil, you know, you can get a lot of sharpenings out of that, and I'm doing 10 on sharpening this knife very soon. Flipper tabs also got some jimping. I don't know if I showed that or not. Got some jimping on the front on the flipper tab. The Ultim, I know they do have a lot of different varieties of Ultim, you know, and you know, even different colors, and they call it something else, but they have amber, blue, you know. Mostly Ultim comes in this kind of yellow color, but I think it's pretty neat. You know, the liner lock knife too, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I don't think I did. But you can see it's skeletonized out. You know, They definitely did some milling internally there to kind of help the weight reduction of it, and that's a good thing. So for $30, you know, Kubey knives made in China, but they do a lot of great OEM work for other knife makers as well. Lefty EDC uses them for his Mash 2.5, you know, and that thing looks pretty good to me. I actually got one of them on the way right now. So Kubey's a great knife maker. Good budget knives for the most part with Kubey. I can't really think of anything else that stands out about it. It's a great knife. Like I said, 30 bucks or budget knife, even 40 bucks. If it's not on sale, 40, 45 bucks, not a bad deal at all, you know, even though it is D2. But you do get, you know, that Ultim handle and the blacked out, you know, everything else, and good ergonomics, great carry, good beefy, full-size knife, I would say. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you want more content, and I appreciate you guys very much. I'll see you on the next one.